All right, folks, for our weapon of the week, we were talking about Lockheed Martin's new low-cost cruise missile called the Comet. And with me now is Mike Rothstein with Lockheed Martin to talk to me about this bad boy. This came out around the same time as Rapid Dragon. That's the program of palletized cruise missiles out the back of a cargo plane. How did Comet come about with Rapid Dragon at around that same time?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we understand that the U.S. Air Force, our U.S. Department of Defense, has a need to not only have the exquisite weapons that we make that are so well known and do a great job, but also to be able to come in at a place that's more affordable, that's easier to develop and produce, and go after a lot of targets if we get into a serious fighting war. And so the combination of Comet, which is really designed to be lower cost, more easily producible, more easily scaled in production, as well as be modular and updated along the way. You put that together with Rapid Dragon, where you're now delivering out of a cargo aircraft, and those two things become a really powerful deterrent.
You bet. And one of the things that Comet does for the US DoD is lower the price point to get one of these, right?
Sure.
How was Lockheed Martin able to do that, to produce something that's with that lower price point?
Well, keep in mind, they're different missiles, right? It's not going to do everything that a JASSM or a LRASM does. It's designed to be, right? So it's not going to have some of the exquisite sensors that we have in this. It's not going to have as big a warhead and some of the survivability techniques that we use. So we've made this very, very simple, right? So you're taking basic engine, basic warhead, a basic additive manufacturing, which can reduce some of your production costs. And you're getting really down to the basics, and you're focusing on how do I start from manufacturing as the going in premise and get a weapon that is good, but good enough, as opposed to exquisite, as opposed to how do I solve the hardest operational problems there are.
You bet, you bet. And what kind of target sets are we imagining for the Comet?
I think it'll be a range of target sets. We certainly understand that in tomorrow's war, the idea that targets are going to stay still and allowed to be shot is probably not going to happen. So we're really focused on, as a baseline capability, is the ability to hit a moving target or movable target. And from that, I think it can expand. It may be sea-based, it may be land-based, right? And it's not going to have a huge warhead, so it's not going to go after your biggest, hardest targets, but it'll be able to hit a variety of things through there.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
You bet. My pleasure. Thanks.